What is going on YouTube? My name is Bancroft. Thank you for tuning in. And today we have got a SS4 Vegito taking on Son Gohan and Korin. This is, of course, a Son Gohan and Korin build that I kind of done after doing the poll that it won, I think, like 2 weeks ago. So stay tuned later in the week for a profile on this list as well, at least more or less a breakdown. But yeah, like always, like I said earlier, there's buttons, links, check them out. Let's get into today's matchup. So we've seen SS4 Vegito a lot. It's coming to our shop every week pretty much. But Son Gohan and Korin, I don't know, I think we've seen it once before on the channel. So as a quick reminder, activate main, so you do not need to attack with this leader, which is really great. It just allows you to search the top 5 cards of your deck for a Goku Childhood or an Earthling card, add your hand 4 or less energy. And then once you have a yellow skillless battle card in your drop, if your life is 6 or less and you have a yellow skillless battle card in your drop, you could draw 2 cards and then awaken, which is kind of nice. And and your skillless battle cards can't gain skills. And then, so starting with a turn 1 play, a go-to is Upa Fodder Revive. Like, especially with the new mulligan rules that we've had now for like 2 sets, this is a card you want to see. What it allows you to do is that if you're playing a non-grade 8 Son Goku Childhood leader, when you play this card, you can send up to 1 yellow Bora card from your deck to your warp. And then at the start of your next turn, you get to play that card from your warp and rest mode. It just allows you to kind of get the pieces you need as soon as possible. So here we see I send the warp, and I use the leader's ability to kind of search for another card, adding this to my hand because, like I said, I need it to put in my drop. And a good way of doing that is with the 4-star Dragon Ball, which is Grandpa's Heirloom. It has an activate main / battle, but it also has an activate main. If you discard one of your skillless battle cards from your hand, draw 2 cards. Then you can't send cards from your drop to your warp for the game. And as you can see, I didn't attack because I don't need to attack. And to be told, if you're using a deck that doesn't need to attack against a deck like SS4 Vegito, don't attack because they need cards in their Z energy in order to go into the Unison, to go into their Quick Awakening. So this way I'm kind of trying to slow them down. He is swinging here and immediately using Kraken Space Time to apply Double Strike, adding that early pressure. And really what he's also doing here is trying to get his drop established where he needs to be as well. Now I will say, Jason, I don't think has ever actually played against Son Gohan Korin. So there's a lot of instances where I'm kind of just double checking, reading the cards for him, just so we know we're not missing anything. If you let me know if I did miss anything. So here we switch my turn. Bora hits the board, using the leader's ability to kind of search before I do the awaken, just to kind of maximize the cards that are getting added to my hand. And we add Korin, which is an interesting card. I think I've played as a 2 up in the deck, but it has a blocker. It's 1 energy to play it. If your leader is Korin, so once you awaken, you can do this, and then you can add 1 skillless battle card from your drop to your hand, so it helps you kind of reestablish a card for other uses later. Here we're going to the awaken side. Now on the awaken side, you have there's no innate draw for attacking, but you have an auto once per turn. When you play a yellow original skillless battle card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons, negate its skills for the turn, and then additionally, if it's your turn, you draw 1 card. So you kind of use this during your turn, ways to play cards that are skillless to draw, and then during your opponent's turn, you can do the same thing. And the Gohan Dragon Ball 4-star ball earlier, the activate main / battle limit 1 for 1 yellow energy. If your leader is non-grade Son Goku Childhood card or Shinron, you can play 1 yellow skillless battle card with energy cost less than or equal to energy to your energy from your deck or drop, which is kind of nice. It helps you kind of get that established. And during your opponent's turn, your permanent on the leader reduces that cost by 1 yellow, which is kind of nice. Here we're playing Mercenary Tau fairly cheaply for 1 energy as well. Activate main for leaders, yellow Son Gohan Childhood card, and you have a yellow original skillless battle card, energy cost 2 or more in play. You can play this card in your hand, which is great, and you can add up to 1 card from your life. Kind of go down to 5, kind of get that nice place where I can do super combos. But auto, when this card is played, add to 1 Dragon Ball card from your drop to your hand, and choose one of your opponent's skillless battle cards and KO it. Really, it just allows me to get those Dragon Balls back to my hand so I can either use them during my opponent's turn to play skillless cards or to just get more draws like I'm doing right now. Here we're just making an attack towards his lead. And oh yeah, permanent on the leader as well is that during you can use yellow's original skillless rest. You can use skillless in rest mode as a combo. There you go. Trying to read it for word. So here we're passing over to him. He is going to be able to awaken this turn. He did use 2 Supreme Kais to get out of that attack. It's really just a mix of, I think it was a 25 KO swing in his lead. Yeah. So he had to get the 30k. His hand's kind of low right now, so it worked out for him. Allows him to build his drop, let him get the Z energy where he wants it. And we're going to see that Z leader hitting the board. I will say Jason did have a rough time with draws, though. As you can see, he's had to charge a petrification and also a super combo. And you know that's rough when you have to do that. But he has his units on the board, which now allows him to awaken. And now, from here on out, either when he unison attacks or one of his fusion cards attacks, he gets draws, buffs, gets add cards underneath his unison for more fusion plays later on the road. Getting overwhelmed here, which on play draws a card, and then allows when on an attack you can combo a card from your warp, which is kind of nice. Here I'm just letting him double check my leader stuff. It's one of those things like if he chooses things out of order, like if he swings with the unison or the leader first, or if he swings the leader first in general, because he hasn't activated the auto on the unison here. So I could pretty much choose one of your opponent. Yeah, like if he swung the unison say second, then I could just negate his skills. Then he couldn't benefit from it. So getting that swing with unison first allows him to get the +1 marker, putting 2 cards underneath it. Here we're activating the 4-star ball to play the skillless for my drop. And here, I think it's debating getting out of the attack. We end up just taking the attack, going on the 4 of life. Swing with the Overwhelm. I take the life to play a blocker because I know what's coming down the road. He's setting up for it. I thought I reminded him about the combo. Oh, no. I negated that card's skill when I played the skills. That's right. But yeah, I know what's coming down the road. I played this deck plenty of times. I actually have this deck built. So I knew the double strike blocker barrier Vegito was coming, hitting the board, offensive, defensive, which is such a great card. At the end of your turn, you could burst 2 to restand it. It is a limit 1 effect, you can't do it on multiple ones, but it's still pretty nice. Now here he could swing with the leader first, try to bait it out, but as soon as he swings with that Vegito, again, no, there you go. Here I just come out of the attack. Going into my turn 3. Like I'm looking at my Z deck, seeing what could be used in here. And also, so in the Z deck, there's a card called, for this deck particular, Mercenary Tau. It goes really great with this deck. But auto, if you place 2 cards from your hand at the bottom of your deck, permanent, if your leader is non-grade 8 Son Goku, and you have a yellow original skillless battle card with energy cost 2 or more in play, you can reduce the Z cost and the energy cost of this card by 1, which is kind of great, makes it a 1 drop. But you do need to KO a Boro in play. So it's kind of like this order of operations. I'm like, okay, I need to attack with Boro first before I even play the Z leader. And here's an interesting play as well. Playing the 1-drop Upa to turn around and pay 1 energy. Sorry, it's just free. To play Shinron. If your leaders, both Son Goku and Korin, you have 3 or more energy. When you play a Upa card from your hand, you can play this card, which is great. What's great with this card, this Shinron, is that it activate main. You switch to rest mode, play up to 1 Boro from your drop, which from here on out will just trigger the leader's auto every single turn. I play as a 2 of. I'm thinking of going up to a 3 because It was just a guaranteed way of playing the skillless. Unfortunately, I can't hit his unison, so we end up targeting the. Sorry, I can't hit his battle card, so I end up targeting his unison here. And here we're getting the attack out now with it. And just kind of applying that pressure where it felt needed. Really, I'm trying to bait him into using his blocker, but he has plenty of life. He feels confident enough, but he's going to take it. And here he activates the negate blocker, which is kind of smart. For the next attack, he has a way of protection for it. He still has his Vegito blocker ready to go as well. And here we're going to end up playing that Mercenary Towel right here. So the secondary part of the auto is that when you KO the Bora, which is really interesting because, it's themed to the show. When this card's played, add up to a total of 3 Dragon Ball cards from your deck or drop to your hand. I play, I think, 6 total Dragon Balls in this whole deck, and I've only seen 3, so I'm taking a risk. I'm hoping that the other 3 are still in my deck. Now, one of the cool things about this is that you could put a Dragon Ball, because you do put 2 cards at the bottom of your deck. You could put Dragon Balls there to help keep that limit, and really what I'm trying to do is just thin the deck out. And like I mentioned plenty of times, what's great about these Dragon Balls is that you could do during your turn, you could just use it to pitch a skillless to draw 2 cards. During your opponent's turn, you use it to play a skillless, which is kind of nice. Here he's a game of petrification. There really is, he was going to discard a card, but there was really no target for him to hit unless he wanted to hit Upa for some reason. And I was like, you don't need to discard a card if you don't want to. But it wasn't more or less a bait. I was just trying to get this attack out here. Because if he would have said still petrified Upa, I wouldn't be able to play Korin at all. Because Korin has an activate battle, a little bit 1/1 yellow energy. If your leader is yellow Korin, and you add 1 skillless battle card from your drop to your hand, you play this card from your hand. I could still do that during his turn. So like it didn't change the result there. I just didn't want him. I was like, hey, you don't have to waste a card if you don't want, it's a 4K. Or it's a 1K, I think, actually. So here you can start strong with a double strike. I'm activating Turles right off the bat. Turles is such a great negate for yellow. Pretty much if your opponent wants to attack, they need to remove cards in rest mode. But the attack doesn't negate the attack. So here I have Korin to block in. Now, there may be a misplay later in this. I'm not sure if it's this turn or later in the game, but I wanted to verify. So when this card's played, your opponent can't attack with battle cards unless they place one of their rest mode. Okay, maybe not. So pretty much like I said earlier, like it could be any card. It could be his unison. It could be his energy. Actually, I don't think the unison works as the z-unison. But the idea was, I was thinking about is that could he choose the bear? Normally, no, because I said the word choose. But because it specifies place, I think it gets around. Remind me in the comments, but I think it gets around choosing. But here he's activating the the Unison's ability to pitch a card, to draw a card, and playing SS Bardock the Tenacious. So when this card's played during using Overwhelm, your opponent can only attack with battle cards once during the next turn. I floodgate him, he kind of does the same thing back at me. Which was kind of annoying, but touche. So here we're playing Bora at the bat. We're getting the Goku hit the board to negate the unison skills. Getting a couple draws using the Dragon Ball. So we're pitching to Son Goku here. We're paying 2 energy. I feel like we should go into attacks. Yeah. All right. So we're paying 2 energy for the SS3 Son Goku universe at stake. Now, innately, this card is just a single attack, but when it attacks, I could choose one of my opponent's card generating barrier, switch to rest mode. So we're really just kind of tapping down that blocker, I think, when we attack with this card. It does have a activate main if all your cards in your battle area are in rest mode. You can switch card to active mode. That's not going to happen this game, or at least this turn. Yeah, and him turn around and paying 2 energy, which is fair on his part because he had open energy to play the negate blocker, worked out. Kind of made my Goku a little bit useless. And we're paying 1 for the yellow Z extra card. What's really good about this card is that it can switch a card to rest mode. It can give a plus 10k power. So it's just having a little bit of board control if I need it. Starting out with SS4 Call. I think it's the first one he's seen all game. And that being a whip, that must hurt. But at this point, like I said, he's drawn a lot of cards. He's seen a lot of things. It does happen more in the later game where it becomes a whiff. But unfortunately, I think one of those was a super combo. So that's another super combo he just lost because of that, which is unfortunate. Starting to swing with the Unison, and here I just play another Turles. They're not unique. You can have as many as you want on the board. It works out great. Fortunately, I have no blockers that stop this attack, so this attack is going through. And I know whatever I do, I cannot take this damage. I have to combo out of this attack because that leaves me with 2 life, and having a 30k double strike is really bad. And for clarification here, he had asked if he was okay if he could combo because he meant to combo card, and I said, yeah, that's fine, man. You can combo card off. So sitting at 5 energy, he has quite a few options here. We know he's set him for an overwhelm because he won the extra card in his drop. But he's also limited on what he can do just because of what he has. So overwhelming beyond all limits gets add a card back to his hand. He's adding Vegito SS4 offensive defensive back to his hand for another double strike as well. He's paying 1 for SS4 Vegeta heated by rival or something like that. It's such a good card in terms of like what it can do. Normally, just the overarm alone is good, but being able to pay 1 energy because you have Beyond All Limits on board and boom, it sticks is just fantastic. And here you see he's going straight into the other double strike, and what he's doing here is actually just setting up to have stuff in his energy to be able to pitch. Like he's going for game this turn. So we're starting off with a double strike swing here. Now I will say this right here is potentially it's not a misplay, but it's a knowing what you're up against could be beneficial. If he would have swung a Vegeta first, I wouldn't be able to potentially, blink skills. I couldn't be able to potentially switch it to rest mode, um, because the SS4 Vegitos have barrier. So swing a Vegeta first, get me down to 2 life would have been probably a little better, and then he could have pressured with 2 double strikes back to back. So here you say I proc this effect, just trying to get out of the attack, and then switching the SS4 Vegeta to rest mode. So that way it's not a problem either. Then comboing cards from my board in hand to get out of the attack with the additional 10k I got. So now I feel a bit more comfortable. He's still sitting at 3 open energy. There's a lot of options here. He's putting cards in his drop. I feel like would be better Z charging them and possibly going into a SS4 Son Goku cross-dimensional fighting spirit might be a better option for him. But I think at this point, like, a lot's been happening and he's kind of possibly misstepping here. But yeah, comboing up big on this attack. I'm checking what's in his drop, seeing what he had there. Seeing what's in my hand. I do take the 2 damage here. To my thought, he only has 1 additional attack right now. He's looking at his Z deck, and I think, let's see what he does first. Yeah, he's actually right now, he's looking at the cross-dimensional fighting spirit. And I think I recall him during the match mentioning that he forgot it cost 2 in the moment. 2 Z energy, that is. Because that would have been a viable play. Like, you play that, you activate main, give it double strike, plus 10k, it's a 25k double strike, it's just more pressure, and you swing with that first. So instead here, he plays first Kamehameha Mighty Blast, swings the leader, and immediately just procs it right off the bat. And here I have the Secret Rare in my hand just to combo out of the attack without wasting any more resources. And we just pass here. He uses the SS4 Vegito's ability to kind of switch it to active mode, just have it blocker when he needs it. So here we're playing Son Goku Duel with Assassin. What's, I would say, annoying about this card, and great for my benefit, is that when you play this card up to 1 Grandpa's Heirloom 4-star Dragon Ball to your hand, from your drop to your hand, choose a total of 2 of your opponent's battle cards or Unisons ignoring barrier, switch them to rest mode to gate their skills for turn. So now he's losing on the blocker. It's now a skillless, so it's just a floating there card. And here we use Tau to kind of get rid of it. And at this point, it's kind of on the wall. We will first, I think, swing. Let's see what we swing first. I think we're swinging first with the Secret Rare once we get all these draws and stuff taken care of. Yeah, kind of just put the 1 damage in there first. And then we turn around and play the Grade 8 Baby Golden Rage, which is a double strike, 25k. And we just swing for game, combo up, and that's about it. Thank you all for tuning in. Keep in mind there's buttons, links. Yeah, that's it. Bye.